Nearly every workplace has a fax machine, and so do plenty of homes. But if you use one of the older style fax machines, you could be putting yourself at risk for identity theft. Early Show consumer correspondent Susan Koppen is here with the story, and this is probably not what people think either.
Right, you're probably not thinking about this when you use a fax machine. Some fax machines, called thermal fax machines, actually keep a carbon copy of every document ever received. All you have to do is open it up, and a wealth of information will be at your fingertips. It's so easy to steal information from one of these machines. Even a child could do it.
Americans will spend $55 million on new fax machines this year. They're an easy and cheap way to send and receive some of our most important documents: bank statements, medical records, and mortgage applications. But faxing isn't always safe. If you send a fax, you could be putting your personal information at risk.
So this is a gold mine for an ID thief.
Yes, absolutely, because the information is so easy to retrieve.
John Miller is vice president of MedTech Recycling, a certified recycler of electronic waste. His facilities receive thousands of fax machines each month. Some of them, called thermal fax machines, are loaded with personal information.
You simply are going to pull the ribbon out, unroll it, put it up to light, and you can read anything that went through this machine.
At this recycling facility, personal information gets destroyed. But when fax machines get tossed in the trash or sold online, that personal information can easily fall into the wrong hands.
So we have a bunch of fax machines that we bought really cheap.
To see what we could find, we purchased these 7 used fax machines on eBay and Craigslist from across the country. Every single one had personal documents and social security numbers.
We can pull it out and just take a look at what we've got in here.
But on this machine, we hit the jackpot.
On this little ribbon, I am reading names, addresses, account numbers, social security numbers. It's all here.
We bought it for just $10 on Craigslist from a mortgage broker in Massachusetts. It had bank statements, retirement accounts, W-2s, and the names and social security numbers of 16 unsuspecting customers.
So this is the actual roll out of the fax.
We tracked down 2 of those customers, Corey and Christine Matthews, who had faxed everything their broker needed to purchase their first home.
When we called and said, we found all this info, what did you think?
It's upsetting to think that, any stranger could have obtained that information and used it in a harmful way.
Anyone could have opened credit cards or cleared out bank accounts. I mean, who knows what could have happened.
Finding the Matthews information was simple, and it came from just the kind of machine an identity thief is looking for.
So there are bad guys out there right now who are doing exactly what we're doing right now. They're mining for gold. They're looking for this personal information.
Exactly.
The Matthews are glad that fax machine was bought by CBS News and not somebody else.
I have this roll. This is all your information. Do you want it?
Of course we want it.
What are you going to do with it?
It's going to go in the shredder.
Yeah.
Domestically, identity thieves are looking for these types of machines for sale or in landfills to do what's called data mining. But this is also an international problem. Much of our e-waste is shipped to third world countries where people are specifically looking for this information and then using it, Erica.
This is another disturbing one, Susan, I have to be honest. So what can you do at this point to protect yourself?
Well, look how easy it is to find this roll. You just open it up and it's right here. Here's all the information. So if you have one of these fax machines and you're going to sell it, you're going to get rid of it, just take this out and throw it out or put it in the shredder. Get rid of it.
Make sure you shred this part first before you throw it out, because otherwise someone could find that in the trash.
Shred the ribbon. You can also find a certified recycler to get rid of this for you. But also, if you are sending a fax, you don't know what the person on the other end is doing. So find out what kind of fax machine they have, or pick a different way to send your important documents, something that's more secure.
Good
so it doesn't end up on a ribbon like this.
Yeah. So Susan Koppen isn't calling you one day saying, hi, I have your information on a roll. Susan, thanks as always.